Well, everybody y'all have heard of Tom on the channel.
Yeah.
Just giving gray matter. This is Tom.
Right in the oil, huh?
Oil land is getting pretty annoying too.
Yeah, we gotta get oil land taken care of.
Because this is
Well, here we are again. Gray matter up on the lift. And chaos is ensuing
frowns upon our faces.
once more. To say we've had a crazy last few days is
Yes, we
an understatement.
we have had just gremlins biting us a lot on gray matter, getting it finished up, and it's not really it's nothing of the 4-wheel drive conversion. It's just little stuff is popping up on the van that just, you know, it happens. It's a shame it happened on one we're doing for somebody, because we've had, every one of ours we've had, everything just went perfect, no hiccups whatsoever. But we've had for some reason the proportioning valve blocked off the fluid going to the rear, and it was turning the brake light on, and it wouldn't reset, so we were not getting any fluid to the rear. So I worked on that, and I finally got the proportioning valve reset and got the brake spread. Let me take this call.
Oh, okay. 10-4. That's just a part of the craziness right now.
See, he's so upset right now.
2-1 action.
Yeah, we finally got the brakes bled, got them working fine. That just took a while, and it was just aggravating. But in the process of doing that, when I was under the hood working, all the heater hoses and everything are up there, and I hit up against one of the heater hoses, and I heard a psh, and when I looked, there was water seeping down. So
Yeah, y'all look at this.
the heater control valve was leaking water, and when I took the hose off, you can see it was just rusted up. So it's a good thing that happened, because that would have left the guy hanging on the way back to Massachusetts. So we got that fixed, got another heater control valve on it. Then, as y'all know, we put another transfer case in it because we said it was jumping out of low range every once in a while. Well, lo and behold, we got the other transfer case in there, and this one was doing it, but not as much, and the shifter indicator was not lining up right. So I got to looking at the way when we clocked that transfer case, it put the pivot points for the they're like this for the transfer case. When you shift it, they're usually in line, so the bar's going across here in line. Well, when we did this, when we clocked it, it got them out of line, so it was making the throw on the two linkages off. So we Z'd the linkage to get it more in line, to make it look like it was in line, and it lined everything up perfect on the indicator, but it still was jumping out of low range. Could not figure it out. So I went back over here, and I got the transfer case that we took out, and was just looking at it, trying to grasping at straws, trying to figure out what was going on. And when I was shifted into low range, it was going into low range and staying. Before,
totally locked.
Yeah, before it was, you could just barely touch it and it would jump out of low range. And I was like, all right, something's not right. We're missing something. And as you know, we put a clocking ring on here. The only time I ever used a clocking ring before was years ago on a Jeep, and I used it on a Dana 300 transfer case, which is a different transfer case, but it uses the same clocking ring. This is the first time I've ever used one on a 208. There's no directions that come with it. It's just somebody machines it, and they put the ring in there and throw a bunch of bolts in there. Well, the countersunk bolts that go into the clocking ring, there were different links. I didn't really pay any attention to it. I don't know why they did that. Well, I found out why they did that. What it was doing, the bolt that goes, is it this one? The bolt that goes in here that holds the clocking ring in, that goes all the way through the transfer case into the shift fork or something in there.
Y'all
So
watch this.
what
right
was
here.
happening was that bolt that we put here, not knowing we put a long one there, and it's hitting that. I can feel it hitting in there. So what it was doing, it was not letting the shift linkage go all the way into low range. It was hitting the fork, I guess, in there. So that was the whole problem with the transfer case. So what we're doing now, we're taking the transfer case back out to take the clocking ring off and put the right length bolt in this hole to eliminate that problem. So we learned something, and I hope this teaches y'all something if y'all ever do that, because this is one of those things when you've never done it, you just don't know, and stuff like this happens. And I'm sure there's probably somebody has put a video on this about this that I never thought to look at it, because it's a straightforward thing. You bolt it on, put it in there, and there you go. But always put a short bolt here. So anyway, we're taking the transfer case out now to do that, and then we're gonna do some more runs on it, and I think that's going to fix everything. Everything else seems to be doing good on it. What we have driven it in two-wheel drive seems good. We are waiting on one more universal joint. One of the universal joints in the rear drive shaft, it's okay, but it's not new, so we're going to put a new joint there, so we're waiting on that. But anyway, I think that's it. And we're thrashing too, because we're leaving in the morning going to Florida. So that's what we're doing. But we'll get it all done. We'll be good to go.
That's the culprit
This culprit right here.
right yonder, right yon way. Look at that bolt.
Right long. Here it is.
You got it?
Yeah, look.
Let's see.
What I need is 2 bolts.
Probably don't. Is that how you're supposed to
What's that?
break them loose?
What are you talking about?
Taking a hammer to it like that.
Yeah. What do you propose?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of beating and banging.
Is it the wrong bolt? No, I see it in there. It ain't the wrong one. That's the right bolt. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Well, we were doing our test runs, make sure this thing does shift, and we found another hole that does the exact same thing.
We got the Ivan was taking Ivan and Seth were taking the ring off of the transfer case we just took out, and this was the hole that was affecting. So you can see when I shifted it, see how it goes out. Well, he took that bolt out and it was still doing it. Well, come to find out, this one down here does the same thing. See how it's pushing the screwdriver out?
Could have been all the holes.
Both of these holes right here affect the shift.
No way, that one does too.
That one does too. It's 3 of them.
We'll
So
put it in
all
the next
three
one.
of-
Let's
all
try
3
that
of
one.
these holes affect the shift. Wait a minute. It's
What?
all of them.
It's all of them. So what about that one? No way, they all affect the shift.
Every single one of them.
So we got to get shorter studs.
That means we need shorter bolts all the way around. You know what that means?
We gotta find bolts.
We gotta find bolts. We ain't got them.
Man,
I hate this.
that is crazy. I would have never thought that. We can cut those off. We can cut those and round the edges. But I learned something there, guys. I never ever knew that. And I ran 208 transfer cases in my mud truck for years took them apart, fixed them, but I never ran a clocking ring, so I never ran into that issue. But
I'm glad we checked them all.
now we know. And I tell you something else I tells you too. Make sure you seal these holes up, because that means fluid can come through them too if they open up into the case.
Well, back to the drawing board yet again. I'm glad we found that out now instead of putting that thing in there and then having the same problem. I would have.
Well, we did it. It took us 2 times to figure it out, to find out why it was doing it and what was the problem. The way it comes.
All right, this is the clocking
I'm not gonna
ring.
say who it come from, but I mean, I haven't even opened this one. But I'm gonna show you how it comes. It has no directions to tell you that in there. Of course, this is not a. I mean, I think this is a guy, which is nothing wrong. I think a guy just makes these and sells them. And by the way, this clocking ring will work with a lot of other transfer cases, not just a 208. It'll work with a Dana 300, a 241, anything that's got that round bolt pattern like that. These clocking rings will work with it, because they all have the same bolt pattern. But I mean, that's the way it comes.
Yeah.
So, you know, just know that if you ever use a clocking ring, and we're going to use from now on all our builds, we're going to use clocking rings on the vans, because it does help out as far as clocking that thing. So,
All right, well,
This
that's
is what
real
we got.
good. That's real good. Real good. You got 2 shortest ones. You got semi taller than these, and this is the longest one. That's real good.
well,
That don't make no sense to me, but
we'll put them in there and
Here we
just
got
make sure
one,
nothing's hitting anything.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Should be 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 shorties for sure.
Maybe those mid-length ones would be all right. Maybe put one in there and see, because if you put one in, if you put one in one of them, it's gonna work for all.
We can cut those. We can cut them. That's no big deal.
Well, I'll put this back in there. This ain't the longest one. Watch that
I
shifter.
just shifted right in there.
Okay.
All right, now make sure that thing can.
So these are adequate unless it's not. Lord have mercy. That's ka-clunk.
That
That's
has
not,
clunked
that's not
into
a
gear.
soft, sloppy shift. That's
Bam.
all right.
So the mid-length will
So
work.
we're good. We'll just clean it.
Oh, shoot, let's see that hat.
Oh yeah, man, check that. Yeah.
Those are awesome,
I
man.
love them already.
Well, everybody, y'all have heard of Tom on the channel.
Yeah.
Just getting gray matter. This is Tom. We got in today. I went and picked him up at the airport, and he's getting ready to head back to Massachusetts in gray matter. So y'all all keep your fingers crossed and hope he makes it.
Yeah, making the long haul.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is Tom. We want to thank him. We really appreciated him reaching out to us and trusting 3 old rednecks that he didn't know to get the van for him. It means a lot to
A
somebody.
good old Yankee boy, trusting these rednecks.
That's right. That's right.
It means a lot to somebody put that trust in us. So,
Well, I'm very pleased with it. I like it looks much better in person than it did on the videos, and I'm happy that I'm here to pick it up, and we'll see how she runs on the way home.
Absolutely,
And
man.
meeting these guys was really something special.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate the work they did, and I'm looking forward to catching up with them in the future.
Yeah, man. I'd love to see you back down at Power and Sound
Yeah.
and everything too.
We'll
That'd
try
be
to get you
awesome.
up north too.
Hey, yeah. We might have to insulate some vans before we go up there.
If you come up in the summertime, we can. I live in a dead end circle. You can camp there for a night or so.
Oh, heck
don't
yeah.
say
And
that.
then jump from there,
Don't say that.
and then
You'll have,
jump up the road from there.
That would be awesome,
you'll
man.
have Foggy Mountain Fan Club all over you.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't know about that. Just, let's,
Down the down low.
There we go.
But anyway, we wanted to get this out to you and introduce you to Tom and just personally thank him and appreciate him, like I say, putting his trust in us. And he got a swim shop van.
thank you for
Yeah.
a fine job.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you for a fine job. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for a fine job. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'll let you know.
All right.
I'll let you know.
Awesome,
I'll
man.
send you some pictures when I get the interior going.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, keep us up to date for sure.
I'll be pulling off soon. We're outside of Chamberlain Business District, exit 14. I'm in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to pull off for a little bit here and see if the road doesn't clear up a little bit.
Oh, hello. What's up? What's up?
Ivan is sitting up his lathe. He does a little bit of wood turning. He's gonna actually start doing some knobs. I don't know if y'all remember, he turned me a knob for Timothy on my 4-wheel drive shifters, and he's gonna start doing some of them. But y'all just saw the video of Tom picking his van up, and I know one of the videos you just saw, you could see the van had some kind of noise in it.
Turn the wheel. Yep.
Tom made it. He made it back to Massachusetts. No issues there as far as making it back. But in the course of making it back, the van picked up some kind of noise in the front differential. We don't really know what it is. He's taken it to a mechanic to have them take a look at it. I've talked to him, and we can't figure it out. We went through that front end. Everything in it was fine. When it left here, it was, when we checked everything out, everything was fine. But he said when he put it in 4-wheel drive, it had a noise in it. So we're going to try to figure out what that is. Whatever it is, we're going to take care of it. And I don't know that I'll need to go up there and do it, or just get in touch with a mechanic or somebody up there that can take a look at it and fix it, and we'll just take care of it that way. But either way, we're going to take care of it. But that's some of those things that just happen from time to time. You hate it when it does, especially with anybody, but especially with a guy as nice as Tom. I mean, he was so good to trust us into doing that for him, and to have an issue with it, it sucks. But it's just, it's just the way it is. It happens. I sold cars new for years, and I've sold cars brand new off the lot, and people didn't get 5 miles down the road and the motor blow or something like that happens. So stuff happens. If it didn't, they wouldn't put warranties on them. But anyway, we just wanted to keep y'all up to date and let you know what was going on there. That things happen. we'll get it worked out, and we'll keep y'all posted on what the outcome is.
We'll just clean them up, put a little. Look at that. Put a little loose lock lizard lick on it, and
Don't be doing all that now.
don't tell me what to do.
Oh,
There's people not even watching this.
Lock lizard lick. Hey, wasn't that a show?
Lizard lick towing.
Lizard lick the asphalt. I don't know.
Lizard got burnt on a hot day. Tomorrow sunshine.